All right, welcome back to the lead word.
I forgot to hit record. My bad.
I'm leaving it in. I don't care. Welcome back to the lead word. I'm still hitting the record button. It's on. Today's Sunday, July 26th. At this point, I almost say the wrong title of the show every time. I almost said That's Some Cheese. I almost said the trivia. We got so many things going on now, Chad. We got backyard football and baseball on the YouTube channel. Things are moving.
Do we have backyard football on the YouTube channel?
That was just uploaded today. Jackson is starting that series. We broke our all-time view record this month by a big number, so things are on the up. And check out the store. If you haven't bought a shirt, make sure to do that.
Yeah, don't be a fucking loser. Buy a shirt.
All right. This episode, we got one topic here. We're going to talk about Jamal Adams. We'll keep it short and sweet since it's not football season. Jamal Adams was traded to Seattle for 2 first-round picks, a third-round pick, and Bradley McDougald. Chad, what is your initial takeaway?
Don't forget they got a 4th-rounder back.
Seattle got one,
yeah. Seattle got hosed. I like Jamal Adams. Don't get me wrong. I do think he's a good player. But I'm not trading all of that, which is more than what the Bears gave up for Khalil Mack, for Jamal Adams. I'm just not doing it. I'm not giving up 2 first-rounders for a guy that in 4 years has 3 picks. No, I'm sorry. He has 2 picks.
Yeah. Bradley McDougald, fun fact, has more than double the amount of interceptions over the last 2 years. He's got 5. Adams has 2.
So if I'm Seattle, I'm pissed. They got hosed. Not to mention, this is a guy that was clear that he wanted out of there. They definitely overbid. I guarantee all the other teams that were in the mix, they were talking about the Eagles. They were talking about Dallas. Who else? There was another team that was supposedly in the mix there. There's no way anybody was paying 2 first-rounders.
No, and I said this. Jamal Adams is a good player. But you can't tell me that he's worth more than Khalil Mack for a box safety with no ball production. I don't get this at all for Seattle. I don't understand how you do this. And it's not like Seattle was close. They went 11-5 last year, but there's no way anybody can convince me Jamal Adams is the piece that puts them over the top into the Super Bowl.
I agree, because I think Seattle, ever since, the days of Richard Sherman and the Legion of Boom, they've had this identity that they have, one of the better pass defenses in the NFL. I don't see how Jamal Adams adds to that. Yeah, you could make the argument that he's going to be disruptive in the middle of the field. The guy lays the wood. He's going to have some wide receivers second guessing coming over the middle.
He had 6.5 sacks last year.
Yeah, that's good. But I don't think that's worth more than Khalil Mack.
No.
Just to be you basically paid for, I don't know, just a guy to hit people really hard. There's a ton of safeties out there that you could throw in the middle of your field that is going to hit people really hard that you wouldn't have had to pay 2 first-rounders for.
To me, this felt a lot like the Percy Harvin trade, where Seattle just overpaid for no reason. And I guess they're a team that doesn't value first-round picks that much because they're always either trading back or they're just giving them away. But to me, you make this trade if you think Jamal Adams puts you over the top and you're going to win the Super Bowl. Seattle had a plus 7 point differential last year, Chad. They could have easily been a 7-win team. Plus 7 point differential. That's all Russell Wilson just carrying you to last-second wins. I'm not sure that even repeats or if they're even an 11-win team again.
I'll tell you what they should have done. They should have taken those 2 first-rounders and bought a an offensive tackle or a guard.
Yeah.
Something
or
on the offensive line.
How about where's your pass rush? Show me the pass rushers in Seattle.
Maybe they're still holding out for Clowney. I don't know.
Because he's not on the roster.
Maybe they're still trying to get a deal done. I don't know. Maybe they're close. I mean, that could be it. Maybe they're like, oh, we're close to Clowney here. We got to get somebody on the back end to lay the wood.
How about?
Or maybe they were like, you know what? We're not even close to signing Clowney. We need somebody that's going to get 6 sacks next year. Jamal Adams, come on in. I don't know.
We're not even going to play him at safety. We're just going to have him rush the passer. From a Jets perspective, I love this. I don't know how you can't. Just like, this is a team, and I don't know if you agree with this, Chad. I think they're the worst roster in the NFL. I don't think anybody has a worse roster than the Jets. You look at Le'Veon Bell's a complete disaster. Their wide receiving core is a joke. I mean, Jamison Crowder is legit the number 1 wide receiver. Ryan Griffin's their tight end. Chad, name anybody on that offensive line. I mean, it's horrible. They're terrible.
I agree. I am really trying to think of a team that might have a worse roster than them.
There isn't one. In fact, I don't even think it's close.
No, that's not fair. I would have said maybe Miami, but then they drafted Tua. So I would say maybe Miami is close, but I don't. Yeah, there's.
Miami also spent $250 million in free agency. They get Byron Jones, Shaq Lawson, Kyle Van Noy. They had how many first-round picks this year? I think Miami's significantly better, at least compared to what they were last year.
That's true. I mean, if Bill O'Brien has anything to say about it, I'm sure he'll probably trade Deshaun Watson for a pack of bubblegum next week. So
that's a good point. Give it 2 years and it'll be Houston.
Probably next week he's going to trade Deshaun Watson for Adrian Peterson and a pack of bubblegum to the Washington football team.
And J.J. Watt will be gone too, and everybody else. What are your thoughts here with the Jets move? How do you turn this team around? You got 2 first-round picks now. I don't think they're going to be that great again unless Darnold carries them. But talk about the Jet side of it.
You mean like what they're going to end up doing with those picks?
Is this a lost year? Was this the right move? How high do you think those picks will be?
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. I mean, they're not going to go to the playoffs or anything, I don't think. I think the good news for them is they already have their quarterback, so they got to fill in the spaces around him, which is way easier to do than actually finding that quarterback. So, I think starting the tank is probably the best thing to do. I mean, that's basically what Miami did last year. The only difference is Miami didn't have the quarterback when they started the tank versus the Jets already really do. So as far as the picks are concerned, I think the Jets pick is probably going to be in the top 10. That Seattle pick, I think they'll end up being a playoff team again this year. So that'll probably be like in the 20s.
All right. I only have one more thing unless you have other topics here for Jamal Adams, but I was talking about this a few weeks ago. Where would you put Jamal Adams in terms of top safeties in the league? I'm not sure he's the top 5 safety.
I definitely wouldn't put him in the top 5. But so I need to ask you: are we combining strong safety and free safety here? Or are
I
we
feel like you
keeping them
have
separate?
to. I feel like you have to because after you give up 2 first-round picks for a guy, Seattle's going to have to come in with a record-breaking extension.
Right, because he wanted new money in New York. That's the whole reason why he got traded.
So where is he? Like, you give up 2 first-round picks, and you're going to have to sign him to a record-breaking extension. Where would you rank him in terms of safeties in the league?
I mean, if we're combining free safeties and strong safeties, he might crack the top 20.
That I'm with you. And I can go through the rosters here. Devin McCourty, who would you rather have?
McCourty.
Micah Hyde.
That's close.
Yeah.
I'd go Adams over Micah Hyde.
I would take Earl Thomas.
Yes.
I would take Byard in Tennessee. I would take Tyrann Mathieu.
Absolutely.
I
would take the Honey Badger.
I would take Derwin James.
You didn't like him. You didn't like that Seattle drafted him. San Diego. Los Angeles. Whoever the fuck they are now.
I also wasn't a huge Jamal Adams fan either. I'd rather have Eddie Jackson.
Yes, absolutely.
My point is there's a lot of safeties here. Reed in Houston, Justin Reed, absolutely. Jamal Adams is not this game-breaking safety. There's a lot of better safeties out there. Tyrann Mathieu changes the whole complexion of the Chiefs' defense.
Well, you're right. And to be fair, though, when Jamal Adams starts talking about getting paid, he's not really going to be talking about getting paid as a free safety. He's going to be talking about getting paid as a strong safety, which traditionally they do have less of a role in pass coverage, but I mean, it's not something that he's good at. Like, more often than not, your strong safety is going to line up and cover the tight end. I got Jamal Adams against Travis Kelce. Who you taking?
Kelce.
Yeah, I'm going to bet Kelce wins that. When you look at what the strong safety is primarily asked to do, which is cover those tight ends, occasionally cover a slot receiver, I don't know. I get against the top tight ends, some of the top slot guys, Jamal Adams is going to lose those coverage battles more often than not.
I feel like even a guy like Malcolm Jenkins has been more valuable in coverage than Jamal Adams. And Malcolm Jenkins would never go for 2 first-round picks.
Oh, absolutely. Jenk was he was crucial to the Eagles winning the Super Bowl in 2018 or 2017. I mean, he's always been a big part of our defense. He was kind of like that Swiss Army knife. He did everything.
That's my point, though. Jamal Adams does everything. How much better is he than Malcolm Jenkins? This was a gross overpay.
I agree. 100% agree.
All right, Chad, I think we covered it. Do you have anything else to add here?
Don't overpay for strong safeties. It's not a good look for your franchise.
Yeah.
If you do buy Madden this year and you're playing your franchise mode, do not trade 2 first-round picks for Jamal Adams. It's just not a good look for you.
Jamal Adams was actually good in my Madden franchise just because he forced fumbles like crazy, which won't happen in real life. But Madden, I liked using him.
Yeah, he was a pain in the ass. Every time when I played with Miami, like you couldn't. If he sticks you, it was like an automatic fumble.
Yep.
It was really fucking annoying. Like even if you you push like R1 to like cover the ball with
it
two
wouldn't
hands,
matter. It wouldn't matter.
you would still fumble. I was like, you gotta fucking slide every time he comes near you.
All right, Chad. Quick little episode here.
Yep. Don't forget to follow Trey at Trey Daubert on Twitter. Follow me at Lowfooted, LILFWOTD. Follow the main site, Vendetta_media. Check us out on YouTube. Give us a like and subscribe there for all the video content. We got gaming videos. We got the trivia show. We got all that stuff. So go look it up. And then again, don't forget to check out the merch store. Get you a shirt. We got more merch coming. We got koozies, little T-shirts for your beer. So don't forget to look at all that. Thanks for giving us a listen, and we'll see you next week, hopefully.